Good evening, and first at 5, an update on a troubling encounter and video that appears to be proof of ongoing challenges when it comes to treating mental health. You may remember these images of a woman breaking into a Northeast Portland home, then curling up on a kid's bed before she allegedly assaulted the child's mother. Thanks for joining us. I'm David Mulco. Well, everyone was okay. For that family, it was a frightening experience. The Multnomah County DA initially declining to charge the woman. Though now his office says he's taking another look. Let's bring in Mike Benner. Mike, what do we know about the suspected intruder here?
Yeah, David, her name is Terry Zinser, and she's no stranger to law enforcement. In fact, since late July, she's had several run-ins with police, dozens since the mid-90s. A statement from the DA's office suggests that Zinser is dealing with some mental health issues, and she has repeatedly refused treatment to get better. So by taking a second look at this case, the DA is basically saying enough is enough. And, maybe, just maybe, Zinser needs to be detained to keep the community safe and to really keep things like this from happening. This security video is from early last week. You see Terry Zinser walk into Kelsey Smith's Northeast Portland home. Zinser goes right into a child's bedroom and curls up on the bed until Smith realizes she's there. Smith hollers at Zinser, who eventually gets up and walks out, but first she throws an ottoman at Smith. Clearly a very unsettling situation. Police did find Zinser and arrest her. Initially, the DA declined to charge Zinser because she's had similar cases dismissed, and that was due to lack of participation in treatment and the court's inability to get Zinser to participate in available treatment.
And it can be very challenging in hospitals with doctors. It can be even more challenging for family members. The community to understand, oh my gosh, it's so obvious that this person is experiencing some mental health symptoms, and why aren't you getting this person treatment? Well, unless it can be proven in court that the person is imminently dangerous because of their mental illness, then the law says you can't force them to do that. And it's hard.
All right, so that right there is Kathy Shoemate, a behavioral health supervisor in Multnomah County. We talked with her and others for our recent investigative series called Uncommitted. It explores the civil commitment process and state standards for forced mental health treatment. You can find that series online. We suggest giving it a watch because it is quite insightful. David? As with anything, no easy answers. Mike Benner, appreciate the update there. Hillsborough is building its first tiny home village for the homeless. This comes at a time when there are no other shelter options for people there. Since all the city's winter shelters are closed, the city bought off land off Tualatin Highway and Southwest 17th Avenue. That is where they plan to place pods for up to 40 people. Crews right now working on putting finishing touches on the big infrastructure, so that is power and water, and those tiny homes will be delivered soon. The goal to have it all up and running early next month. Now, drugs and alcohol are not allowed at the village, but they're not going to turn people away who aren't sober.
To address our homeless crisis here in the city of Hillsborough and across Washington County, the first thing we need to do is be able to provide places where people can go in an emergency.
I have a place to stay, a place to keep my things, a place to shower, keep up with my hygiene and all that stuff. It'd be a lot better.
Now, this village is funded by taxpayers. It's part of the voter-approved measure passed in 2020. The plan right now is for it to operate through March. After that, the city plans to put a permanent shelter in its place. Developing this evening, a Vancouver couple is dealing with a heartbreaking theft after somebody broke in and stole their loved one's ashes. Brian Clerkley is in the newsroom. Brian, this is something that is absolutely irreplaceable.
Yeah, it is, David. Aaron and Tracy Jameson had thousands of dollars worth of items stolen when someone broke into their home in the middle of the day last Tuesday. The couple is even offering a reward in hopes to get those ashes back.
Somebody came into the house, they went through the gate, and then they would push through the back door and burglarized us. Took a bunch, like $8,000 in tools. They took, the worst part is my husband's dad's ashes.
Tracy and Aaron Jamison say they feel violated after their home on Northwest 17th Avenue in Vancouver was burglarized last week. It happened in the middle of the day while the two were at work. Along with the replaceable items, a small clear vial with the ashes of Aaron's father are gone. The couple didn't realize it was gone until a few days after the burglary. Dan Jamison passed away in 2019 from a heart attack.
I mean, it's all I really had left of him. I mean, we were really close, and I mean, it's something obviously it's not replaceable.
Aaron says the ashes were taken from this desk. He says once the burglar got in from the back door, the criminal went through the entire home and left through the front door. He says the home's security camera subscription had ended, so it wasn't recording. The criminal even put something sticky over the camera lens.
Find some way to return it. I mean, at this point, I don't care. I mean, just bring it back to the house, put it in the mailbox. I mean, anything.
The couple spoke with the neighbors, hoping they had some footage of the burglar. No luck so far. They've also offered a $1,000 reward for anyone with information leading to the discovery of the ashes.
Money that I do have, but I mean, it's just going to take out of my rent. But I mean, I'm sure my landlords will understand, so.
And the couple has posted a GoFundMe to raise the $1,000 reward because that's a huge financial burden for them. And I'll post a link to that on our website, kgw.com. And you can stay anonymous when you're reporting any information in regards to this burglary. David.
Let's hope this person does the right thing. Thank you, Bryant. New this evening, Portland police, in Portland's Old Town, Chinatown, say they have thwarted an attempted kidnapping. Officers say earlier today somebody tried to kidnap a 5-year-old at Northwest 1st and Davis. The suspect was arrested and facing several charges. They were also cited for possession of meth. Police have not yet named the suspect. We've reached out to them for further details, including an update on how that child is doing. A young girl at the center of an Amber Alert is now safe. 7-year-old Yamilet Martinez was found around 11:30 last night near Laurelhurst Park. Police say she fell asleep in a vehicle that wound up getting stolen. Officers say they found her in the car 4.5 hours later, parked nearby.
I'm happy that she's home and doesn't seem to really know what had happened, which is better for me and her to not be traumatized. And I'm just really happy for law enforcement. They really put everybody out there to make sure she was found.
Yeah, as are we. No arrests have been made in this case. It is not clear why the 7-year-old was alone and sleeping in the car at the time it was stolen. Anyone with information should contact Portland police. Tonight, the University of Oregon and Oregon Governor Kate Brown are apologizing for the behavior of some Ducks fans this weekend. Now, Oregon was playing BYU Saturday when some fans, and this was recorded on video, started a vulgar chant directed at Mormons. Now, nearly all students at BYU in Provo, Utah are part of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. We talked to a BYU fan who was at the game just a few seats away from the student section and says she heard that chant, which Utah's governor later called a form of religious bigotry. She heard it multiple times.
My friend actually heard the chant first. She leaned over to me and asked, "Are they saying such and such?" And I said, "Yeah, actually they are." It's disappointing to hear that chant because we live in a country where we have freedom of religion. And as an extension of that, we should be respectful of everyone's religion.
Well, Governor Brown, the official Twitter account for the Ducks student section, the university, the school's interim president, they have all since apologized and condemned those chants. It is not clear if the university is investigating further or if the students involved will face any disciplinary action. After a week with no classes, the teachers' strike in Ridgefield is finally over. Students were back learning after the teachers union in the district announced a tentative deal. We're expecting more details on the agreement tomorrow, but during negotiations, the union said it wanted more money for mental health support and for special ed students. The union co-president says that's going to happen.
Our special education really needed some help, and so the things that we've got in place now will help to serve our students, and then with our class sizes and teachers support.
Well, as for making up the lost days, the district says it's going to treat the week like a weather-related school closure. It'll contact parents about updates to the schedule, posted on the school and district websites as well.